Let's welcome Hrishi to the stage.
What does it mean to belong? When I was young, I was often faced with this question. I would see other houses decorating with Christmas lights and opening presents in front of a Christmas tree. I would hear ads on the TV, 30% off sales on all holiday items at Walmart. And then I would look into my own home, where we would have none of that. I was embarrassed and felt that I did not have any place in this world. That was me when I was young, but now I'm a different person. Hinduism is one of the most massive religions in the world. I believe it is the third most followed religion on the planet. Throughout the years, I've really learned what this religion is truly capable of and what it has taught me. I believe it is a way of understanding the world and finding myself. Now I ask, if you come from a different faith as me, please have an open mind and listen to what I have to say. Beyond traditional religious beliefs, I feel that it can teach universally applicable lessons that we can all apply into our own lives. So without further ado, let's get started with one of my favorite characters in Hinduism. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Why is there a god with the head of a monkey? Well, I used to think that as well. But now, as I look back, Hanuman is truly a character of immense loyalty and courage. So let me explain who he is. In the Ramayana, one of the great Hindu epics, Hanuman is one of the primary characters and he is faced with a task. Hanuman must scale the vast ocean in order to find his best friend, Lord Ram's wife Sita, who has been captured by the demon king. Now I know what you may be thinking, and I want you to put yourself in this situation. Imagine yourself, one person, having to scale the entire Indian Ocean to a kingdom full of demons that would kill you at any moment, mountains that are rising out of the ocean trying to stop you. This is what Hanuman was faced with. And instead of backing away midway through his task, or not finishing it, getting scared, he put all that aside and put it all into his mind. What was on his mind was finishing his task, finding Lord Ram's wife, and delivering his message. Everyone wanted to kill him. When he got to Lanka, the demon kingdom, he was captured, and still, beyond all that, he still finished his task, found Sita, delivered the message. What I want you to take away from Hanuman is that oftentimes in life, we are faced with challenges, we have goals we want to accomplish. And sometimes when that gets too hard, we think about quitting midway. That is the worst sin you can do to yourself. You should never back down just because something is hard. Never back down, never give up. That is a motto I feel we can all follow. Hanuman has taught me that even when everything is against you and all the odds are against you, never do yourself a disservice and quit. So that is what I feel we can all take away from Hanuman. Now let me move on. Next is Arjuna. Arjuna is one of the primary protagonists in the other Hindu epic, the Mahabharata. Now I want you to picture something else. You're in a battlefield, and the enemy are all of your cousins and your uncles. This is the situation Arjuna was faced with. Though he was fighting on the side of good, Arjuna refused to fight in the war because he could not bear the thought of having to hurt one of his own. And he was just stuck there in the middle of the battlefield full of doubt. His charioteer and close friend Sri Krishna could not stand this sight and instead asked Arjuna to challenge himself on what his purpose was. And their back and forth conversation would lead to one of the great spiritual conversations. You might have heard of it, the Bhagavad Gita. Throughout this conversation, Krishna would never give Arjuna a clear answer to clear his doubts. He asked Arjuna to reflect on his own purpose, and Arjuna did. Arjuna soon realized that if he did not fight in this war, his cousins would have won and evil would have triumphed over good, and his kingdom would have gone to evil and would have led to its downfall. Arjuna soon managed to overcome his fears and fight in the war and eventually win. Good triumphed over evil. Now what should we take away here? Yes, a lot of us will never have to fight in a war. But sometimes we are going to be faced in situations where the opposing side will be some of our friends and family. I've even been faced in situations where the person on the wrong was my family, and I just did not know what to do. I was afraid of the thought of having to hurt one of my own or having to disagree with one of my own. But what's most important is that what is right, what is wrong is wrong. The right thing should always come first. It's always important to do what is right. Even when you have doubt, you must always reflect that what you're doing is the correct thing to do, no matter who it is that is wrong. And that is what Arjuna has taught me, finding clarity in my own doubts. Now let's get to the last character, Sita. I previously mentioned Sita when I was talking about the Ramayana. Sita is the primary female character in the Ramayana. She's the wife of Lord Ram, and throughout the entire epic, she is faced with immense struggles and hardship. She is held against her will in a kingdom full of demons willing to kill her, and being forced to marry a demon king, and having to be separated from her husband for a few years. Despite all of the hardships, and after Lord Ram managed to save her at the end of the Ramayana, Sita is scrutinized by many people, judging her moral character and purity due to the fact she lived in the house of another man for so long. Instead of letting all of these thoughts get to her head, Sita silently agreed to go through the trial of fire. You must ask me, what is the trial of fire? She had to walk through flames to prove her purity, and if she walked out unscathed, she would have been proven as a person of pure moral character. She walked through unscathed, proving truly she was a woman of great dignity and purity. Now, what can we take away from Sita? Yes, you'll never have to walk through fire to prove your character, but what sometimes happens is that people judge you on who you really are as a person. Instead of letting those people get to your head and agreeing with them, we are doing a disservice to ourselves. What we really should do is have our silence speak louder than our words. Your actions speak louder than your words. If you just do what you need to do and you know what you're doing is correct, you never have to prove anything to anyone. People will see that, and then eventually all of that will fade away. Sita has taught me true strength and dignity. I have learned that strength is not violence or arguing. Strength is your silence and your actions, being true to yourself and true to your character, whatever that would be. Never let one person bring you down. Never let one person question who you are. And that is what I have taken away from Sita. So what can we learn? Well, through Hanuman, I learned the value of loyalty and selflessness, getting through to your task and staying loyal to it the whole time. From Arjuna, I have learned clarity through tough decisions, how to make the right decisions, and how to truly prove to myself what I'm doing is correct. And in Sita, I have learned the value of resilience and inner dignity, valuing yourself above all. Now, as I come to the end of this, you all might be asking, why is this important? Why does this matter? Why does this matter for me? For a long time, I was judging my religion, just seeing it as some place where animals and humans come together, insane fights, and people dressed in weird clothes. Well, now, I've learned that it is a lot more than that. This is a vessel for me to learn truly important life lessons that I feel we can all take away. Hinduism means a lot more to me now. And yes, while you all might be from different faiths such as me, I ask you this. When you see something different, don't judge it immediately. Really study it and learn something from it. You might see that there is something beneath the surface in everything and take away truly important life lessons. I leave you with this. I have really learned where I belong. I am Hrishikesh Srinivas Lakshman, and I am a proud Hindu, and I ask you this. Where do you belong? Thank you.